All right, what up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of So What's the Issue? It's y'all boy Solo Foe. All right, today I'm gonna be talking about is Gucci Mane a snitch? And when I say this, I'm gonna say something that's gonna sound very controversial, but in short answer to y'all's definition, yes, I do believe that Gucci Mane's a snitch. If I go by what y'all told me what a snitch was, and why I say what y'all believe what a snitch is, I believe that certain things aren't snitching. It's just y'all put a label on it. So let me explain what it is that I feel like is pointed out that basically Gucci Mane is telling on. So basically, what I saw, if these things are true, only if these things are true, I basically saw that basically he pointed out which person in whatever video or whatever photography or whatever it is that they had to show Pooh Shiesty in the room with him, he identified who Pooh Shiesty was. He also, if like I said, if these things are true, he also there's only one person in the room that could tell the police how much his jewelry costs. So if he had a $250,000 watch on, $150,000 earrings, and a wedding band worth X amount of money, he's the only one that can put a price or a number on that. That was my first. So you basically said something. Now, will this make people? Also, they got that document. I don't know if anybody saw that 1090 Jake posted where it's blanked out, or I don't know if the word is redacted or whatever. But basically, you could tell he gave some sort of statement. So one is point. So within that statement, if pointing out Pooh Shiesty, saying how much money he took or whichever jewelry or accessories that he took from him and things like that, if he did that, yes, he is a snitch to y'all's definition. I understand completely what Gucci was saying. Gucci said, hey, bro, I didn't just pull up on no street shit. So when y'all got off on me, y'all didn't get off on me on no street level. I get exactly what he's saying. But I'm only going off of what y'all have pushed the belief, because y'all just like to throw snitching at everything. Y'all don't care about any other code other than snitching. It pisses me off so much when it comes to street niggas and this whole law thing. What's the other laws besides snitching? What is anything? Because y'all like to say if anything happened to a kid, they gonna get their issue in penitentiary. No, they not. No, they not. If they a likable character, y'all not gonna touch nobody. If they somebody that y'all fuck with, that y'all believe is a quote unquote hood nigga, street nigga, whatever, y'all not gonna touch them niggas. Y'all not gonna do anything to them niggas. Now, if it come to rape, I can't completely say that. Maybe y'all still doing shit like that in the pen. If the nigga rapes somebody, they get in touch type of thing. But as far as anything else, y'all niggas only talk about the snitching shit every single day. So everything is snitching in y'all's book. This snitching, that snitching. He saw the car go left, that snitching. The police came up and asked him what did he seen. He seen some guys wearing all black. That snitching. Y'all done turned everything into the snitching to the point of where it's like, okay, everything is snitching. So what y'all have told me, yes, if Gucci told them how much money his jewelry was worth, if he pointed out in a photo or a video which nigga wearing a mask or whatever is Pooh Shiesty, that's snitching. That's snitching by y'all's definition. I really hate having this conversation because I feel like this whole snitching conversation doesn't help anything. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't, like, y'all like to, well, they fucking up the streets for these fathers. Y'all taking fathers off the street. Well, no, niggas are taking themselves off the street. Because when niggas get shot at, didn't they take themselves off the street? When niggas go to jail, didn't they take themselves off the street? Like, why is it only when a snitch does it, is it taking a nigga off the street? No, if a nigga wanted to be there for his kids, I'm going to say this once again. None of you street niggas are putting up $60,000 just in case anything happened to you, just for your kids. So all of this shit about, oh, we out here in the streets hustling for the kids, we real water da das for the kids, whatever. If you ain't got $60,000, but you riding around in a Hellcat and your kids is lights off, whatever, struggling in any type of way, I don't want to hear nothing about what you doing in the streets for your kids. I don't want to hear it. You niggas do not have any other street law. You cannot come up with another street law that you niggas have been talking about for the past 5, 10 years other than no snitching. I could give a fuck about the no snitching law. If y'all niggas ain't gonna respect anything else that come to the streets, what the fuck I'm gonna give a fuck about some snitching shit for? It really does upset me when you niggas start talking about, oh, this nigga a rat. He said he seen me at a party. Obviously that's snitching. Oh, he tried to twist the police. That's snitching. Oh, he said, okay, so all right, let's be real then. When Young Thug said, hey, look, I'm give y'all my phone number. Look, just don't tell the world. That right there alone, that blows me out. That blows me so far out my socks that you niggas heard a nigga say that. Because if it came from any other nigga other than Young Thug or a likable character, you nigga, boy, let y'all find a videotape of me inside of an interrogation room while saying, hey, look, here's my number. Call me if you need anything. Just don't tell the world. Boy, do you know the way any regular nigga gonna get cooked for some shit? Boy, y'all gonna... Man, and this is the thing. I don't want to make this a specific, person thing, because my agenda against the whole entire snitch code altogether. Like, my whole thing is against the entire snitch code. But, Gucci, if you can look at what you say back in 2006... and say that wasn't snitching, okay, I got you. All right, cool. If your 2006, I feel like Gucci man back in 2000, if you can say back in 2006 that another nigga, let's just say it was Jeezy. Let's say Jeezy. You sent some niggas to go do the same exact shit to Jeezy, and Jeezy put it out there in a way of like, hey, look, shit, look, my earrings came up. Boy, you would have a hot song ready within 8 hours, 10 hours. Not even 5 hours, man. 5 hours. You nigga, you be, boy, that fucking diss track of B.I.A., bro, I heard you telling Gucci back. Boy, you would hear a nigga cooking a nigga that he don't like for some shit like that. So, honestly, I really be confused where all of these street niggas get so confused by their own law. Like, when it comes, because I promise y'all, when it came to 6ix9ine, y'all said, hey, that's snitching, I get it. When it came to Gunna, y'all said that's snitching, y'all said that's snitching, I get it. When it came to Rallo, though, that's when I started getting curious. Rallo is the first one where I was like, hey, wait a minute. Is that snitching, though? Because I could have swore all gangsters in past history had fall guys. And maybe I'm not completely in tune with the entire Rallo situation, because I'm going to be honest, I don't give a fuck about snitching that much. But with the Rallo snitch situation, Rallo basically put it on somebody that he paid to take a charge or whatever. And there's another nigga, fuck. I think it's a nigga from, I know he's a blood. But I can't remember. I think it was on a No Jumper interview. The dude was like, basically, if I known what I did was snitching at that point in time, I would have never said it. But he said, oh, I think it had something to do with like an imaginary bush. I think the nigga said something like, hey, there was a bush right there that the niggas was laying in, or something that he was saying. And then he turned around and basically told on the interview, like, hey, there was never a bush. I came up with a made up situation. And people was like, hey, you put a person actively at a crime scene, so that was snitching. So right there, all right, if you identify with what y'all niggas told me what snitching was, what y'all told me what snitching was, if a nigga puts a nigga even in the area that's snitching. Another situation, if you say that a nigga, if you try to twist the cops and say that a nigga was at his granny's house, and if his granny basically can't abide by and say that, because his alibi might be he was with his baby mama, and you basically saying he was with his grandma, now you done basically made it obvious that this nigga basically wasn't where he said he was, so that's a form of snitching. So if all of this shit is forms of snitching, I can't personally let Gucci off the hook from what y'all say. I don't care. I personally I'm like, bruh, y'all never cared about anything else other than snitching. When y'all start caring about other shit, then I'll start caring about the snitch law. That's been me. You can check any one of my videos. You can check my Facebook from way back when. I've been saying this shit for years. I don't give a fuck about who the fuck is snitching on what, because y'all only know that one code. If you only know the no snitching law, you can get the fuck out my face saying anything about anything. Tell me another street law that niggas gotta abide by it, or niggas can't be on the set, niggas can't be in the hood, niggas can't be around niggas, nigga, they might knock you off in jail behind it. Name another law that's like snitching that niggas abide by in the streets. Because robbing your own nigga, a nigga can rob his own nigga and niggas will be like, hey, that's a real nigga right there. That nigga on some, hey, bro, he a real gangsta ass nigga, bro, because he robbed his own nigga. He knew his nigga wasn't, he had no clue. He had all, his homeboy didn't know shit about the situation. He just showed up thinking shit was smooth and that nigga got caught with. Nah, that's a real nigga. But see, that it's so much dumb shit that you would think that y'all would actually like care about. Like, y'all promote a nigga named Pooh Shiesty that is literally saying like, hey bro, I'm willing to get off on niggas no matter what the fuck the situation is. Outside of his own family members, and I don't know Pooh Shiesty, so maybe he's even considering his own family members as food too, but I don't know that. I do know that niggas done robbed their own families. So that's the only reason I'm saying this. But what other street code, what other street law? But see, what niggas expect a nigga to do is either make pleas or whatever for Gucci by not saying anything whatsoever, or a nigga to be like 6ix9ine and just jump out the roof with it and be like, no, because that nigga a snitch. That nigga a snitch. There's only one or two ways with the snitching thing. Either y'all act like because it's a likable character that the nigga is or ain't a snitch. Like, I can't, and I'm not saying that, like, because even 6ix9ine's fan base, they saw that he snitched and they were like, hey, we're fine with it. We don't give a fuck. 6ix9ine never had to give a reason. I wish that 6ix9ine would hear something like this. I'm not like begging nobody to send nothing to no celebrity, and I don't give a fuck if you watch it or not. But I wish 6ix9ine would have understood one thing. Niggas like your personality. Niggas never gave a fuck about who snitched or not. So when you get on the internet and you talk about, I've been telling y'all for 5 fucking years. You've been telling us for no reason. We know. The niggas that people like, if a nigga go and beat his female, niggas might be feminists. Females might be feminists, but let it be a Usher, let it be a fucking, I don't want to say R. Kelly, who's somebody else that's a R&B, a Trey Songz. If it's one of them that go and beat their female, they still the chick magnet. Ain't nobody gonna give a fuck that they beat their female. I might be able to say like, hey, what about that nigga? And people are gonna be like, hey, shut the fuck up. We don't give a fuck about that. That's not something that you should be speaking on. So when it comes to this whole snitching shit like that, do y'all really care? And I mean like really, really, do y'all really care? Because if y'all really care, we gotta start calling everybody out for it. We gotta call everything a spade a spade. Any little slither through the crack that looked like it could be something, it all has to be identified as snitching at this point. And that's just the way it's got to be, because that's what y'all have turned it into. But for me, my personal self, the way that I see this Gucci situation, I do 1000% believe that a scenario like robbing your own nigga, I don't believe you get gangster points for that. What the fuck gangster points do you get out of knowing a nigga ain't gonna be holding his strap on you? He might be looking down the block for some other niggas. He might be with it on some other time, or trying to stick a nigga up when you know he got some shit in the house or something like that. Why would that ever be considered gangster, to know that a nigga knows you, trusts you his day one, y'all niggas, and you done got off on him? Y'all get me because I don't get it, because some things are personal and some things are business. If a nigga come by and throw a Molotov cocktail through your window and you can file an insurance claim, first you have to file a police claim to get to your insurance claim. The insurance claim will not just let you do an insurance claim. You can't just show up and say, hey, my house burned down. They're gonna want to see that you are not the sole reason why your house burned down. They're going to ask you, hey, so, where's the police report? The police report, they're going to ask you, what happened? You can't say that faulty wiring happened. They're going to see that they're going to see obviously a Molotov cocktail was thrown through your fucking window. So that's a situation that you're going to say, hey, some niggas rode by, threw a Molotov in my window, and that's all that I know that happened. But because of that, y'all going to say, hey, that's snitching right there. Y'all have literally made every single form of, hey, you know, I can do an insurance claim, because I'm pretty sure that was good. I'm pretty sure that's what Gucci's thinking was, because I don't know if anybody remembers, but like a week after the fucking robbery or whatever, the allegations of a robbery, Gucci showed off a picture with his wedding band. Did he get that off an insurance claim? Because he already filed the police report, and I'm not saying that he went and okay, so he did what he did, basically. He pointed out Pooh Shiesty, if these things are true, if he did these things. But basically, he can go and make a jewelry insurance claim. Like, hey, look, I got robbed. Police report happened. I was at a studio. We got videotapes. We got whatever. His insurance clears. And basically, they either send him a new piece or... Is there a money claim that niggas can do? I think there's a money claim that niggas can do on their own jewelry and shit like that. But I'm not entirely sure. I know that you can do the same thing. You can do a money cash out on your house expenses. So if anything happens to you about house and you're insured or whatever, basically whenever the insurance company cuts the check, they'll cut a check to cover what you have lost. So basically, I don't know if that's the same process when it comes to like stolen jewelry or shit like that. But basically, with that being said, like if he got his jewelry back, then basically he may have used that police report, that little shit that he said in that police report, which y'all consider snitching. If I'm going off y'all letter of the land, yes, it is snitching. He took that and filed his insurance claim, which any nigga that just lost $1 million in jewelry, nigga, you niggas ain't never lost $1 million and not a fuck thing. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that a nigga that done lost $1 million would be like, hey, let me find some type of way to recoup my $1 million. And then we got the street level of it. I'm pretty sure Gucci thought that the shit was gonna still stay in the street. So if he filed his insurance claim, showed it off on the internet and was like, hey, yeah, bitch, I got my ring. Nah, ain't nobody robbed shit over here. I'm pretty sure he thought, hey, we're going to keep it in the street. We ain't going to say nothing online. We're going to handle shit as is. Him riding around with the police officer. I fucking can't stand y'all. I will say that when it comes to the fucking police officer, it is the smartest fucking thing in the world. I don't give a fuck. I don't give motherfuck who the fuck you are. If you are with a police officer, that is the best thing, because if anything happens, people cannot say that you were at fault. Like, and I don't know about the whole NBA young boy situation, but I know it wasn't him that did the shit. Basically, some niggas pulled up on NBA YoungBoy, and I believe they hit a little girl or some shit like that. But basically, that's why you have those off-duty police officers. Those off-duty police officers are official guarding, so if anything pop off, y'all straight. Everybody uses them. White people use them. Chinese people use them. But niggas turn that into a problem. But if we talking about streets, if we're only talking about these streets, hell fucking yeah, it's snitching to keep a police officer with you. Hell yes. If you a nigga that gets off on talking about what happens in the hood, stays in the hood, whatever hood shit happens is hood shit, ain't no X, Y, and Z. In that book, ain't no police officers. You grab your 150 shooters from Atlanta. What that nigga Soldier Boy said, I got 150 shooters in Atlanta right now. Like that, if you got 150 shooters, hey, move with your 150 shooters. Because in that situation, when shit go down, we don't want to see no type of paperwork. We don't want, that's what niggas is looking at y'all for. That's the image that you niggas have created, that when shit pops off, when shit goes down, that y'all niggas just gonna handle it in the street, and y'all gonna take whatever time come with the shit. That's the picture that y'all painted. So fuck yeah, whenever it comes to celebrities that want to get off on, hey bruh, I'm the biggest street nigga, Don't have no police around you because you know that your lifestyle is going to bring some shit that the police got to report on. They might not tell that you smoking blunts and shit like that. They might not tell that you got a pound of weed on you because whatever. But once some gunshots go off, that officer is legally obligated to report it. If a nigga gets robbed, the officer is legally obligated to go tell. That's a form of telling for you. If you keep around, if nigga around you that's essentially a fall guy, a nigga that you know is going to go testify on your behest or on your behalf, that is a form of snitching for all, not one, not two, all hood niggas, all street niggas, any nigga that believe that they got this gangster, whatever, persona or whatever, ain't no police officers because that's snitching. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I ain't heard that opinion a whole bunch on the internet. I did see people start to bring it up since the Gucci situation. But yes, I'm going to put it in that book that if you got an off-duty police officer, somebody that is legally obligated when certain things happen, that they have to report it to the proper authorities and doing the proper channels. Not just you. You don't have to say shit. I get it. Even if you don't say shit, that's still a form of snitching because you got a nigga that's gonna snitch. Let me ask you something. If I got a homeboy, let's say he's not a police officer, he's a known informant in Louisville, Kentucky. If a nigga is a known informant in Louisville, Kentucky, and I keep that nigga around me, and when some gangster shit pop off, I tap that nigga on the shoulder and I say, hey, look, I just lost a whole bunch of jewelry, cuz. I just lost a whole bunch of this, and that. Them niggas did such and such and such and such. Hey, look, I'm gonna need you to go file a police report. That's snitching. If that's snitching, that is snitching. Am I wrong about that? Why wouldn't that be considered snitching? So the same thing with the police officer. And I am going to be the first nigga to tell you, you need to keep security with you. So this whole keep it in the streets movement, whatever, that shit gotta die. Unless you a nigga that is going to live and die behind that laurel, nigga, don't hire police officers. Don't hire police officers. But if you're just a nigga that's like, hey, I'm doing my street shit, I'm doing my music shit, I'm whatever, but I'm gonna keep business, whatever. Don't tell niggas keep it in the streets. Do not ever let it come out of your mouth. Do not ever, if you're keeping police officers on you, do not ever let it come out your mouth. Hey, let's keep it in the streets then. No, nigga, because if something happens to you, see, it's real easy when certain niggas do shit to certain niggas because certain niggas can't afford off-duty police officers to tail behind them all day, every day. What other niggas do is they keep niggas that smoke weed around them all day. Niggas know blunts is gonna be lit. Niggas know bitches gonna be around and shit like that. This is a nigga with a name and shit like that. Niggas is gonna be around a nigga just to get some ass and get some weed. That's just how the hood go. That shit that happens in the hood. So when a nigga that is, I'm gonna say, let's just take Drake. Because Drake ain't a street nigga. Who's a street nigga that's not somebody? Future. Let's pull Future's name out the hat. Let's just say Future got into a altercation with a upcoming rapper. I don't know any upcoming rappers right now off the top of my head, but upcoming rapper, he putting work in his city, whatever. Let's just say Youngboy when he was first coming up. Youngboy when he first was coming up didn't have enough money to afford fucking police officers. So in a situation when it comes to some street shit, Youngboy only has the option to keep it in the streets. Because he's not going to go into... But if Future says hey, we're going to keep it in the streets and shit like that, Future, don't keep and I'm just saying Future, for example. But don't keep that police officer around you if you say some shit like that. Because if you go to that nigga's city, or you hear that nigga's in your city, or y'all in the same place, or whatever, and there's a potential chance that y'all might meet up or bump into each other or whatever, no. I don't want to hear shit about, that's not snitching. Yes, the fuck that is. If you keep police officers around you in case anything goes bad, when you're engaging with a nigga publicly in a street activity form, yes, nigga, that is snitching. That is fucking snitching. I don't even know if that's even controversial or why I would even need to say some shit like that. That should just be something that niggas naturally understand. But But I do understand Gucci. I'm gonna say this: if he didn't drop that rap song, I would applaud him. All right, cool. You're a grown ass man. You completely understand that you keep the business shit business. You done grew the fuck up. Like, hey, that nigga got off on you. You know, wins and losses. It comes. Like, nigga, I know 80 gold chains and ain't one took. Yeah, I know. Back then, you know, you had that, you know, that whatever. And I know as a man, and you know, that hurts a nigga's pride and whatever. And I don't mean that in a negative connotation to say, basically. But what I'm saying is, at one point in time, you could say that. At this point in time, you can't say that. I like the Shy Glizzy route. Well, not like, I don't like him going back to the city or whatever, but him saying, hey, I got my new jewelry. All right, this time I'm going to be up on point. Like, hey, some shit happened again. Hey, some niggas going to get their head butts in this situation. I'm not saying I want negative things to happen because I'm never going to make violence happen or push violence into the world, because I hope that we can get to a point where all this street shit does become dumb. I really do hope that we can get to that point. But at this point in time, I wish Gucci would have never dropped the song. I wish he would have just been like, hey, fuck it. I got my fucking insurance claim. I did what I needed to do. At this point in time, like, hey, look, I know that niggas is going to debate whether I am a snitch or not, you know, humbly. I don't mean it, you know, like, you know, fuck you Gucci type of way. But I mean, like, niggas is going to debate, like, whether niggas is snitching or ain't snitching and shit like that. And, you know, just move on with your lick. Now just go on ahead and just be the fucking, and I don't mean DJ Khaled in a disrespectful way, but just be the nigga that comes on a song and talk about, or Jay-Z, basically, like, hey, man, you know, this is the wealth that we done created type of shit. Hey, some niggas done got their head smacked. I done did XYZ in the street. I'm a proven gangster. I done did everything that you niggas could imagine to do or whatever. And just leave it at that. Don't go don't go into it too much, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Because at this point in time, now this is businessman Gucci Man. We don't want the street level Gucci Man shit once you have actually turned into the businessman. Once you said, hey, I'm on some businessman shit, you can't turn that on and off. That's not the way the streets work. Gucci would have said 5 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago, this year before the shit happened, he would have said nah, because if a nigga's trying to, you know, a nigga's trying to turn on and off, whether they're a business nigga or a street nigga, I'm pretty sure Gucci would have said like, hey, nah, fuck that. Because if it was Jeezy, nigga would have been like, nah, fuck that, Jeezy a rat. He tried to turn it on so he could, no, that it don't work that way. And that's just my opinion. Not even just my opinion. I feel like that should be how the way the shit go. But, you know, I just want us to stop teaching the kids this shit. Let's let this shit go. Let's let this shit die so we don't have to keep doing this shit. Because niggas keep doing the whole, it's about the kids. It's about the kids. No, the fuck it's not. When has the streets got anything the fuck to do with about the kids? You niggas is riding around in not Rolls Royces, I said too much. But you niggas is riding around in Hellcats and all types of nice ass cars and ain't got $10 to give to your baby if you die or go to jail today. If you die or go to jail today, what the fuck are you leaving your kids behind? But at the same time, it's so much for your kids. But every street nigga will be the first street nigga to acknowledge, oh nigga, because I could die or go to jail any day. Anything could happen there any day. Nigga, you done had 3 kids. Where your money for just in case anything happens to you? You know, your baby mama's got shoe money for the next couple years. Enough money to pay bills. Enough to go get them a car to make sure they can stay on their feet after you gone. Like, you niggas don't take care of y'all kids while y'all here. Y'all niggas get mad whenever y'all baby mamas tell y'all, oh, well, this bitch gonna talk about she need water, she need money for the lights and gas and shit like that. Well, alright, nigga, you in the streets for your kids, nigga. I don't give a fuck. I could give a fuck about what the fuck your baby mama does with her money. If your baby mama goes out and buys hair because she's just that irresponsible, if your baby mama is a neglectful mama, guess what the fuck you did, nigga? You had a baby with a neglectful bitch. Nigga, take care of your responsibilities. Be in the streets for your kids like you keep saying you are, nigga. Go make an extra couple $100,000 on the block to make sure that your kids are straight. All right, maybe 100,000 is too much. 10,000, nigga. Make sure you make 10,000 and put that shit to the side. So just in case your baby mama get on some ignorant shit, you can send her some fucking money. What the fuck is so hard about that? You niggas are not in the streets for your kids. You niggas got all types of Amari sneakers. Where the fuck did an Amari sneaker come from? You niggas is driving around in Hellcats. You niggas ain't put up one fucking dollar for your kids, but y'all niggas want to walk around talking about how y'all so in the streets for y'all kids. You niggas is not the fuck in the streets for y'all kids. Leave that shit alone. Let's put that shit up. I'm not gonna let that shit keep continuing. You niggas are not in the streets for y'all kids. Y'all in the streets for pussy, nigga. Y'all niggas is in the streets to get ass and have cars and clothes your goddamn self. You niggas is not in the streets for y'all kids. Stop that dumb shit. Stop that dumb shit. Like, y'all gotta let that shit go for real. Cause that shit really does piss me the fuck off. That shit pisses me off that y'all niggas still walk around saying that shit. But that's just that video. Hopefully I covered that the right way. If not, I'll do another topic on it or whatever, or another segment on it. But that's my thoughts, man.